Okay, so ciao. We are currently in Italy, in Vittorio Veneto, and we figured we'll try something different and do a quick little Q&A session of our experience in the Camino. So this is very informal, and feel free to email, comment if you have any other further questions. But
yeah, let us know what you think.
Yes. So
we're going to start off just by summarizing a little bit, and I would ask you, what would you say that your overall experience with the Camino de Santiago was?
I would say absolutely do it. Well worth your time and effort. It's a great way if you've never been to Europe, or if you've been to Europe but you want a more authentic experience. The Camino is structured in the sense that you know where you're going to end up every day, but it's the in-between which is so fulfilling and so interesting, where you get to see Europeans just living their lives, and then all the people that you actually meet on the trail. I think it's just a great cultural experience.
Definitely. And for those that don't know, we should actually probably clarify too. The Camino de Santiago is a pilgrimage that has existed since Roman times. Oftentimes people do it for religious or spiritual, or there's a variety of different reasons why people do it.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's there's a variety of routes you can take. We actually took the Portuguese way, which is not the most popular way. Commonly people start in France, so our route took us straight north. Basically you have to walk 100 kilometers total,
so about 65 miles,
to be considered a peregrino or a pilgrim, and to get a certificate of completion at the end. So just to clarify too what that is.
Yep. Excellent. All right, Allie. So what did you learn from the Camino? What did it teach you?
So I would say that the Camino for me was a lifelong goal. As soon as I had heard about it, it was something I'd wanted to do. My oldest friend and I had talked about it for ages. But the thing that I think the Camino taught me in particular, after reading about it and learning, or just kind of doing as much research as I could before we left, was that attitude really is everything. It's obviously strenuous on a certain level, but we were lucky in the sense that we have age on our side. We were, probably on the younger end of the spectrum of people that did the Camino, but it rained. It was cold the entire time we did it, yet every day we got up with a positive attitude, and just kind of seeing the people around us. It really, in those quiet moments after hours of walking, really helped me kind of focus on that your perspective shapes everything, because we could have been miserable, we could have hated the entire experience. We didn't. We had a fantastic time. I feel like, we met so many great people, heard so many interesting stories along the way.
Yeah.
But the biggest takeaway for me, was really just, as the rain was pouring down, we were soaking wet, that idea that, your perspective and your mindset towards something really is everything.
And just to quickly add to that too, we don't give ourselves enough credit as far as perspective and attitude, because like you said, cold and rainy for a large chunk of it. We covered 70 plus miles, so we were together all day, and there's sometimes less than ideal situations, and you're right. Yeah. It's the attitude you bring.
Absolutely. So what would you recommend for people what would you recommend for people that are interested in doing the Camino? What would you tell them?
So definitely get a good guidebook. That really helped us quite a bit. We knew kind of each day what was in store as far as like terrain, elevation, hurdles, unique situations. Invest in proper gear. So we have a separate video, and I lament in that video at one point where we're carrying 7 months worth of equipment for a 7-day pilgrimage. But honestly, pack light. You don't need as much as you think you do. Minimalism is the way to go. And I'm definitely turning into an old man, because socks matter.
Socks absolutely matter.
Invest in a good couple pairs of socks, because they make a world of a difference. And luckily we did, and it was amazing. It was actually very comfortable, all things considered.
Yeah.
So, what surprised you?
So we talked about this a little bit before, but I think the biggest thing, reading about it and kind of watching movies about it before we left, is that you come into something like this with a few preconceived notions. I really thought that for so many people that we would talk to along the way, we would meet them doing it for spiritual reasons, because that was kind of the impression that I got. I think one of the big things that surprised me was the fact that we met a lot of people from all over the world, which was wonderful. We didn't find anyone that was actually doing it for a spiritual reason. People were out there for a variety of different reasons. We met people from New Zealand, Belfast, Malaysia, all over Europe as well. Really, we didn't meet any other Americans.
No,
but
no Americans.
the lack of people doing it for spiritual reasons, I would say, was a surprise. I felt like we did a good job. It didn't really bother us physically too much. We did decide at one point, after a few days, like he mentioned with our bigger packs, to ship the larger bags up ahead, just because we realized we could get by with day packs. So I would say too, just making sure to pack light, like he said, is something that cannot be overemphasized. But really, just sort of I don't know, too, the attitudes of people. To your point about the vibe, you met people, there's a language barrier, but it was just this general kind of feeling throughout the entire walk. Also, that just any person you pass, you'd say Buen Camino, which basically says good luck, have a safe Camino. Everyone was just very positive, very supportive and encouraging of one another, which made it such a rewarding experience just to have that energy over the course of a few days. And then the last thing I guess I would add after a very, I would say maybe traumatic experience is
I know where this is going.
The importance of sleep. So
Or
we had a few nights where, we met really wonderful people, don't get us wrong, but if you didn't get a good night's sleep the night before, it made the next day's hike that much more of an experience. So good sleep cannot be
overstated.
Yes, not at all. So, but to his point and to our point, I think the overwhelming feeling we had was just to do it. We've already talked about coming back to do the more traditional route that starts in France at some point. It was one of those experiences that we will always have. You'll see in the highlight reel, which he put together, and it's fantastic, just how much fun we had, how much rain there was, but it's just do it. If you're at all considering it, call us, ask us, email us, let us know what questions you might have, and just get out there and do it, because it's one of those things that if you put off forever, you might not ever do, and we will forever be grateful that we had this experience and be looking forward to doing the next one already.
Absolutely. Well said.
Same.
Yep.
So that's it for now. We have to say goodbye to our beautiful house here, but we are very excited to be joining a bunch of our family in Latvia tomorrow and celebrating a certain person's birthday. So we'll be very excited to report back and share a little bit more as we continue our trip and have a big birthday along the way. So
See you guys.
take care.